What's the story with Aromored so far?
You're smuggled onto a planet called Ruba. Wait, let's actually start the podcast and we'll talk about that.
Wait,
Hello.
do a thumbnail face too.
Oh, me too?
Yeah, Payne already did one.
I'm kidding. I'm not using that
I guess
one.
Thane, they're for you.
That one's for Thane. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Talking Rad podcast. My name is Cole. I'm going to be your host today, and I'm joined by Skylar
Hello,
and
sorry.
Thane. I don't know why you went British. That was a little weird.
It's because I thought of when
You thought-
Thane used that text-to-speech thing forever ago for videos, he typed in my name, and it was...
Hello,
Skylar.
Skylar.
It was,
Hello,
hello,
my name is
my name is Skylar.
Like Milo from
Yeah.
freaking Xbox
Yeah.
Connect.
Yeah.
This is episode 186 of the Talking Rad podcast. Was I right?
No, it's 183.
Oh, I'm so freaking close, though. Wasn't I close, gamers?
It says 183.sesx.
Well, I was close, gamers, and that's all that really matters.
Sussex.
We're
Sussex.
doing a new audio recording.
Yeah, so this could sound really bad.
Yeah, this could be really bad or really good. We're
If
hoping
it
it's
sounds
the latter.
bad, we hope it's not a banger episode, but if it sounds good, we hope it's one of the best episodes we've ever made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if it sounds bad, they're not going to listen or watch it, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever scrapped an episode besides our lost episode that we recorded with
Yeah.
Zay and Brennan.
Didn't you find it?
I found it, and it's like, hey guys, I found it. You want me to record it? Yeah. Then I went to go try to find it again and
Lost it again?
lost it again.
The double lost episode?
Yeah, double lost episode.
Anyway, today we're going to talk about things, specifically Armored Core 6, and...
Some new game releases that are going to
Oh,
be
I was
out
gonna say
by the time you
golf.
hear this. Oh, sure, we
Yeah.
can talk about
Because that's
golf.
your thing now.
I did really well today.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I'd like to hear about it.
Best I've ever done at that course.
Was it at the close course or the far away course?
The close one.
Yeah, because it's freaking funner there. I don't know why you guys ever go to the other one. It's more expensive and it's not fun.
The other
You
one.
can rent a golf cart at the close one for like $5.
Well,
That's
I just
cool.
walk that course.
It's fun.
That course is so small, I just walk it.
Exactly, but if you had a golf cart, just imagine, just freaking do cookies and stuff. That's how I play. That's so much fun.
The other course is far better, in my opinion.
Oh
because
yeah,
it's
obviously.
bigger.
That's why it's more money too.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
despite my
Why'd you say
physique,
it was funner?
Because you get to dick around. What's more fun than dicking around with the homies?
Playing with the homies?
about golf, it's like, man, I just don't look like I can really enjoy golf with my physique.
And
But
Jeff.
then saw a video on a guy named John Daly. That dude is so unhealthy. Like,
He would golf
Yeah.
drunk,
yes, he
and he'd win.
yeah, he won against Tiger Woods hungover. Yeah, but he was so unhealthy, and like at 18 he was smoking because his coach told him to get like the hunger off, and I'm like,
Fat, the weight off.
yeah,
So his
It's
diet
like-
consisted of like Jack Daniels and cigarettes.
yeah. It was crazy.
And he's worth a lot of
Oh,
money.
Yeah.
so I only know about this guy because Skylar watched a video and I wasn't really watching it
Yeah.
because I stopped caring about it about 5 seconds into the video.
It's the Sunny V2 video.
But I threw my 30% into that video
Yeah.
while I had 70% on whatever the freak I was looking at on my phone.
Fair.
Yeah.
We were in the office. I remember this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What an interesting guy. Anyways.
Seems like he was popular all of a sudden because Skylar got a video and you got a video at the same time, basically.
Sunny V2 did a video. That's why.
Yeah, Sunny V2.
I don't know who the freak that is.
He's like a what would you say, like a documentary style channel where he like just documents different people. Like earlier he used to do a lot of internet celebrities, like internet personalities. Now he's doing like general celebrity people like John Daly.
You've probably seen some of his videos on
You've probably seen some
specific people.
thumbnails where it's like
Have I?
I'm going to say yes because
Yeah.
he's made so many.
But I don't watch videos on specific people. Very rarely do I.
Well,
And if I do, it's because somebody typically is showing me that video.
And you may have watched somebody react to one of Sunny V2's videos as
Yeah.
well. That could be the
But
other
I
one.
also don't watch react videos, though.
Like Charlie. Charlie's done it several times.
I don't watch Charlie. I only watch Charlie because you guys watch Charlie in the living room, but you haven't done that since we moved here.
well,
Very true.
if you've ever seen a video recommended to him, his thumbnail is usually like the person, a picture of that person, but it's like done in like the illustrated filter style.
I think the last time I watched a video on a specific person was Hungry Box. The only reason I watched that video is because my brother told me to watch it. If my brother tells me to watch a video, I typically watch it.
It's a good video. I like
a good
Emp
video.
Lemon.
It was also interesting. My brother told me to watch a video about a guy that plays video games professionally. So I was like, yeah, I'm into that. And it's my brother, you know, like he didn't watch video games.
I remember your brother came over, and like it was like a couple days, like Friday.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, Thane's probably asleep. And I heard you guys like Thane's probably asleep because a video game came out last night. It's like, oh, video games, the great addiction.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I'll segue that into about my brother. So he doesn't play games like at all. He's addicted to Tears of the Kingdom right now, and it's so funny because he's always liked Zelda. Like we grew up playing Zelda, but ever since like starting high school, he never really played games like at all. I got him to play sporadic games here and there. Like one time I got him to play through Uncharted 1. He watched me play through Last of Us back in high school age around there anyway. Yeah, like ever since high school, not really anything. When Breath of the Wild came out, I showed it to him, and he played through a good portion of it, actually. He never beat it, though. To my knowledge, I don't think he ever actually beat the full game. But then when I beat Tears of the Kingdom, I lent him the copy and my other Switch. And, like, the day I gave it to him, he played for about an hour. Like, oh, yeah, that was fun. And then he put it down for about 2 weeks. And then one day he picked it back up, and he hasn't stopped playing since.
Let's go.
And he's just all. That's why he said, "Oh yes, video games, the great addiction."
Yeah.
Because it's just so funny, like how he's never really had this before. And he said, like, and my other hobby, watching YouTube videos, has also been taken over by Tears of the Kingdom because now I only get Tears of the Kingdom recommendations.
That's how you know you're hitting, dude. That for me is one of the best feelings with playing video games is when you find a game and you slip into it and you're playing and then hours go by and you don't even realize that you're getting YouTube video recommendations. Your homies are playing it alongside you. Ooh, everything's just hitting.
Super funny because when I was with him, he said something along the lines of like, I don't know if I like this weird addiction feeling. And I told him that's literally what I look for in games. If I have that feeling in a game, then I'm excited about the game. If I don't have that feeling in the game, then I'm not into it as much.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're freaking crazy, Cole. I'm like, I know, but like it's like my drug. I'm seeking after that high.
Yeah, and I feel like it's because you don't get it very often.
No, you really don't.
Like a lot of times I'll play games and there are some games where I'm like, okay, I can jump in and play for an hour or two and then I'm fine.
You're like, yeah, this is fun, but it's not like I want this revolving my life, basically. I want to revolve my life around this game. There's not a lot of that. It's hard to find that.
When you go to work and you're thinking about what you're going to do next in that video game.
My brother started telling me he's been having dreams, too. He's been having dreams about Tears of the Kingdom.
Dude, that to me, though, like, I understand, like, how people can not like that feeling.
Totally.
Because it really is, like...
It's an addiction. It's literally an addiction.
You think you're going crazy because you're like, this is the only thing that's on the brain.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, it's so much fun. I remember I hadn't had it for a while, but I think it was last year. I got it with... I was having dreams about Apex when we got back into it that second time hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was playing every single morning.
Oh, that's right, you
So
were.
I was really addicted
I remember
to
because
Apex.
you were trying to get your challenges really hard. It's back when you were addicted to just getting challenges in games.
and getting the battle pass
Wasn't
finished.
there a time when you would get off Apex and load up Fortnite immediately after getting those challenges too?
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. It became more like a job. But anyway, I remember doing Resident Evil, the first one, the remake. And I would be at work just planning out different routes, how to solve specific puzzles I was stuck on. Like, that's really fun. I love that feeling when you get so addicted to a game where you're just like, man, this is just hitting. And then all the other aspects around you, like when your buddies are into it, YouTube's telling you, just giving you more and more. And then you go to Reddit and then you're on Twitter and everybody's talking about it. Oh, that to me, I agree with you. That's what I look for.
Yep. If I got that, I know I'm taking W's all day.
With that being said, have you guys had that recently?
I think the most recent was probably the Xenoblade 3 DLC for me.
Despite a game coming out before that was Vampire Survivors.
I
loaded it back up and it's like, well, let's see, because I was just watching subtitle anime. I was like, what? Like I have a hard time focusing. It's a problem of mine. So it's like, I'll just pick up a like put on a game that's like I don't have to focus too much on, and then I got addicted to it. I was supposed to be playing TAC for a video, but I kept playing Vampire Survivors.
And the power of Juju, if you're wondering.
Yeah.
Bad game.
All
Sorry, good game, bad game.
I'm not gonna disagree with him. It's not a great game. Like,
is it aged like a milk?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is it a video game?
I don't think it was very good when it came out. It got like 6s and 7s when it came out, so it was like
just mid.
Yeah, it was a very mid game when it came out.
It's a Nickelodeon platformer.
I love throwing out the word mid now because it makes Thane kind of get set off a little bit.
Midolphus.
Is Mid the best girl?
I think Mid the best girl.
We into the little imp form, right? We're talking about that one, right?
I mean, she is kind of thick. She's got those hips, dude.
Ever since those freaking AI videos and Joe Biden going off about imp Midna's thighs, I can't. Thank you, Mr. Biden, for your inspirational speeches on imp Midna's thighs.
Anyways, another game I've been digging. It's kind of hard to get addicted to it, but I have been getting through it because it's hard.
Can I pause you really quick? Because I know this is going to be the next topic.
Yeah.
I want Skylar to answer his own question before we move into that.
It'll be a great segue.
Okay.
So for me, the most recent ones I can think of was Elden Ring / Dark Souls. I got really into that because I played Dark Souls 2 like the beginning of the year. I think it was like March maybe. I don't know. I made a video about it. But that one, and Cole was actually talking to me about this earlier, but I got really into the Dark Souls lore. I did a lot of research for that video too, so I'm glad it is doing well. But
it's kind of a shame. I've been meaning to pick Elden Ring back up, but God of War kind of came at the same time, and I was doing a big video on that. So
it makes sense.
Yeah, but I do mean to beat it. I do want to fight Rodon because there's a boss fight that reminded me that I fought recently in Armored Core, but. Let's talk about that.
Hold on, I had two more.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so it was Elden Ring, and then after that, it was Tears of the Kingdom, obviously. Yeah. But that one was really fun because all of us were into it.
Yeah, mine was weird about Tears of the Kingdom because, like, the only reason I was into that one was because all our friends were playing it. Excuse me. After that week and a half or so, I was kind of just, like, playing it because I wanted to finish it. Not because I was, like, super hyped about it anymore.
And I think the other issue with that is we were also in the process of moving.
Yeah, that's the problem with me. I wanted to get more into Tears of the Kingdom, but not only were we moving, but I was worrying about a video, my stupid videos video. So I was like, oh, I want to play Tears, but I got to worry about this video. So, yeah. Anyways.
I had one more.
Okay.
And the most recent one, which makes me really sad that I couldn't play this on launch, was Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Because I'm playing that one right now. I'm really addicted to it. That game, I can sit down. I'm like, okay, I'm going to play for an hour. And then I check. It's freaking 12:30 at night. I'm like, I got to go to bed.
You were playing 2 when I was playing through 3, correct?
Correct.
Because we played Torna together, essentially.
But I think you had finished 3.
I had finished 3 when we played Torna, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's the one I'm really into right now. And I'm doing my best not to search anything about Xenoblade because I don't want any spoilers.
Yeah. Have you finished Chapter 4?
No. I think I'm really close. I just got the new hero, the really bitchy chick with
it's crazy,
the
dude.
Darth Maul sword.
I didn't get her for like another chapter and a half because I
Really?
just skipped her an accident.
Oh.
It was like in that area, it's all like go over here because that goes to the place you're going. I'm like, okay, I walk over there. There's like bad guys. I'm like, I'm not doing this. The place I just sneak around. So I snuck around. I didn't know that I could do the freaking quest there.
If I see a question mark or anything that is like a point of interest, I go to
My
it
brain
every
didn't
single
register
time.
that was a thing I could do right then and there for some reason. I think it's because on the other side of that, there's that wall separating it. I thought that was a part of it. I just figured, oh, well, I guess I can't do that stuff right now. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I didn't get her for another chapter and a half. She's the character I was talking about, though, where her chain attack order is
dude, automatic, but you can only use her once.
Absolutely broken. So good, though.
So pretty much what I do is if my chain attack is very weak sauce, I'm like, well, got it.
I try to use, whenever you have her in a party, I try to use her first.
Oh, to up your numbers.
So make sure your first order always gets to 200. Because by then, all of you, like you said, up your numbers. All your
will be up.
numbers
That's
should be,
very smart, yeah. What I love, and I don't want to make this another Xenoblade episode, but
we had a lot of those, and I love them.
Literally. But what I love about this one, opposed to the first two, is it's so much more in depth with your character customization, where not only or it just feels like more meaningful because you're not having to switch out party members, but you can build them differently. Because I remember in the first game, it's like, well, how do I want to do this? Do I want to just do tanks that kill everything? There's characters that are really bad. In this one, you don't really get bad characters because you can build them how you want.
In one, it's like only a handful of characters can actually do two different things. Ryan, and that's literally it.
Yeah.
And then everyone else has to be built one way or else you're not playing it right. 2's blade system's really cool, but man, it's you just swap in characters all the time and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But 3 is really fun about that.
Yeah, I love how, and it's very quick too. Like in Xenoblade 2, to customize stuff, a lot of menuing, a lot of trying to find specific blades for specific reasons, and you don't really use that many blades, or at least I didn't. I found the ones that I liked that did good, and then you just rock those. Especially with the affinity, was it the affinity system or no the skill tree thing, the field skills.
I think it's still just affinity though.
That made it worse in my opinion for trying out other blades because you put so much time into a specific blade unlocking those things. And then you're like, well, why would I ever swap it out? Look how much work I did. Whereas in Xenoblade 3, there's none of that. It's like, build your character how you want, and once you level up that character's class, then you can add that art to your character. So everything has its purpose, and it keeps fueling you wanting to do more.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's so good. Xenoblade 3 is really fun.
Play the best video games ever made.
But yeah, that's what I'm addicted to right now. Sorry that I got a little wet.
I don't have an addiction, and I'm sad.
Darn.
Well, my current flavor of the month is Armored Core 6. Finally, we're talking about it, and it's good. It's really good.
I have a question for you. Well, I guess I have two questions for you. Have you played other Armored Core games?
I emulated the first one.
So do you know if any of the Armored Core games, because all I've heard from people is that if you like Dark Souls, you'll like this game because it's Dark Souls but with mechs. And my question is do the other games follow that same formula, or is this the first one like that?
Pretty sure I watched a Vati video on it about him playing through all the previous 15 Armored Core games, and from
15.
Yeah, there's 15.
How many were on the PS2 though? I think there's a lot, wasn't there?
There were a lot. The entire series of 2 and 3 were on there. So it was Armored Core 2, Armored Core 2 Another Age, Armored Core 3, Silent Line, Nexus, and Last Raven. Yes, I know the names. And then
the
also
PS3
Ninebreaker. Nobody cares about Ninebreaker.
Did the PS3 have quite a few as well?
PS3 just had 4 Answer, 5, and Verdict Day. That's it.
That's still a lot.
Yeah, that is.
Project Phantasma.
That's one of the PS1 ones.
Master of Arena.
That's also so PS1 had a little trilogy,
and then Armored Core 2 was on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
All the way to Armored Core 4 or Last Raven.
Last Raven.
So Armored Core 4 is PS3.
Yeah.
4 Answer PS3.
Yeah.
5.
Yep, and Verdict Day.
Okay.
And
I guess there's literally dates.
Yeah, Formula Front. Formula Front.
Gamer moment.
Ninebreaker was a spin-off. Formula Front was a PSP one.
Oh, that's cool.
Is this the first one that Miyazaki's been a part of?
No, that was Armored Core 4.
So he has been a part of it before.
Yeah.
So
he actually is the one that
is he the one that changed the formula then?
Yeah, pretty much from the PS2 to the PS3 era, he changed the formula.
Pick me, Captain or
Cole,
sir, teacher. I heard that it wasn't like Dark Souls though. I thought it was just mech game. It's
yeah,
just
a lot of
say it's
people
like Dark Souls because From Software.
Now here's the thing, like people who love the Souls series and like are going into it. Some people are like, yeah, it's not really like Dark Souls.
I doubted there was any crossover.
Yeah, it's not really like there is some crossover with Sekiro where it's got like a stagger meter, and like where if that meter fills up between you or the boss, like they actually like stop for a minute. They get stunned for a minute.
So is the gameplay not very methodical? Is it just shoot until you kill the other thing?
No, you gotta dodge and stuff. Like you gotta like.
So then, it's not really Souls-like at all.
No, you dodge and shoot, and like, the thing is like like there are weapons you have to get up close and actually hit them. You gotta know your range, but yeah, it's not very Souls-like. It's like Armored Core, like you would have like where you'd like kind of have like gauge the position of you and the position of your enemy and what your build is.
The
like,
formula hasn't changed. I was just shooting out of my mouth. I was vomiting out of my mouth.
Like as far as I know, the formula hasn't changed. Like there's parts to like accommodate for like mid-range combat, close range combat, far range combat. Then there's like different builds. Like you want to tank your build. There's literally like you get literal tank treads. You can make a tank build. Or if you want like a more agile build, you can have legs with like spring legs. Customization is amazing in this game.
Yeah, I saw Jordan customizing his mech. And
I saw somebody make their mech look like Kirby.
Really? That's cool.
They like painted it to look like a pink and little Kirby face on the front.
Can they make him look like a Gundam?
Yeah, probably.
Can they make it look like Evangelion?
Yeah, probably.
Can you make him look like Divine Arsenal AA Zeus Sky Thunder?
Is that a Xenoblade thing?
It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Let's go.
Can they make it look like Gurren Lagann?
Yeah, most likely.
Can they make it look like Optimus Prime?
It's probably
Bumblebee?
It's probably.
Master Chief?
Yeah.
Master Cheeks.
Probably look like that one mech from Halo 4, if you remember the mechs from Halo 4.
I've got a throwback. Can they make it look like the mech from
Pacific Rim? Yeah.
How about the mech summoner from Mech Warrior 2? That's my favorite. It's also had another name called Thor.
What about the mech from Guilty Crown? That was the name. I couldn't think of it.
There's a mech in Guilty Crown?
I don't remember the mech.
Doesn't like the girl or the... Or am I thinking of...
Yeah, there were a
Code
few
Geass?
mechs.
I feel like there was a mech. There was
Guilty
a mech
Crown?
or two.
Yeah, Guilty Crown, there was like some kind of like vehicle that the wheelchair lady drove.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
That was like one of the first
Very
animes
obscure
we watched
reference.
when
Holy
you jumped
crap.
in. I can't believe I thought of that one. But no, yeah, Code Geass definitely has mechs.
Yes.
Can they? Never mind.
Yeah, you can make any mech. Like, you can color it.
Can you make it look like the King of Red Lions?
Yes, you can color it different, all different colors. Like, it's got a whole bunch of colors, and there's enough parts for you to, like... I don't know if you can allocate parts for, like, take, what is it? Like, you can... Cosmog...
The Pokemon?
What?
The Pokemon? Cosmog?
No, like... No. Like, so you can take stats from another piece of armor and put in another armor just for aesthetic, like.
Oh, so you're not locked to specific.
Yeah.
parts.
Oh,
That's really
cosmetics.
I don't know if you can do that though.
Oh, you're
some
saying
people,
you don't know?
So, like some games can, but like, I don't know if this one can.
I feel like that was a problem with lots of Gundam games, is because they didn't respect the drip. You have to make. And maybe it wasn't
more
always
the build fighters games, like the latest build fighters game. The problem was that like you couldn't cosmog your build. You had to make the ugliest looking mech.
Even Xenoblade did that thing.
Yeah.
Not in the original version.
Oh, only in the definitive. Okay, well they fixed
But
it.
Xenoblade X does it right. They have it.
I remember one of the early builds. I think it was an early version for Diablo 3. One of the early outfits for the Demon Hunter. He was pink, like bright pink. It's like, whoa. That makes you look real scary.
Real question. Can people like share their like decals that they make?
Yes.
So I can get like Gojo's wiener on my mech?
Yeah, you can get Gojo's wiener.
Let's go.
This is just Forza 5.
You can download builds.
Just make some Etashas for mechs.
Yeah,
you can download builds, and there's an arena mode where you fight like NPC.
I would guarantee you I would have so many anime people on my mechs. I would just make Etashas but for mechs.
You can make your own you can like pretty much customize your own details, just like Black Ops 2 they had with those
the emblems?
The emblems.
Man, why can't we play Black Ops 2 again? I want to make a freaking anime girl emblem now.
I remember
Cole taught me how to make the Neff logo.
I remember in
that video got like 10,000 views.
I think it was like 30K, bro.
Oh really?
Yeah.
In
no cap. No cap.
In Young Ye's video review, like, you can make anything. And he casually just sneaks a penis in there. Nobody comments on it. It's like, you guys didn't notice he just casually snuck like a penis.
This is the video that like the guy did all of them.
No, the Young Ye is like he's like kind of like more news reporting. He's like,
I want to watch the video where the guy played all the Armored Core games.
Yeah, that's Vati Vidya. It's a long one, but
is it like actually like more like a documentary kind of style esque?
Yeah, it's like he goes through every game. Like,
is it kind of like your God of War style videos?
A bit more like he goes through the games a bit more quicker since they're all kind
of
fine.
Like, that's fine.
The same. Yeah,
it's not like humor oriented. It's more informative.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm into
That's
that.
his content.
Yeah, that's his content.
I've never heard of this dude before until
He's
now.
a Dark Souls guy or a Souls guy.
Yeah, he's a Souls based.
He does
guy.
like the lore.
If you know anything about Dark Souls, you know Vati Vidya. If you're looking up lore for Dark Souls,
I think I've heard the name from Skylar, but
yeah. So a lot of the big Souls born YouTubers are jumping on this. I saw Zero Lenny upload a video. Can you beat Armored Core 6 with just punching? Because
I got recommended that video even.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
If you do barehanded, if you don't equip any weapons, your mech will just kind of punch with either hand. And I've had where I like had the tank with 2 Gatling guns and 2 particle cannons, and I would run out of ammo on my Gatling gun, and I just kind of like punch an enemy to death.
So there's no issues with this game, right? It's not bugged at all.
No, there's no like technical issues at all.
That's a win for modern gaming. Mark.
Yeah.
Good job, From Software.
This is down to taste. Like if you like this game, at times the game is really easy. Like you pick a mission. This is mission based. There's no open world. There's no like small like interconnected world like you see in Dark Souls. It's all like you pick a mission, you go to an area. A lot of areas are repeated, which that might be a problem for some people, but it's just kind of like whatever. Like you got a really cool area. Like each area is pretty cool. It's very like gray looking, dingy, but it looked like there was some place looks like there was like a city in like snow and looks like people were there before. And then there's like one where it's just like this giant industrial building that's like stacked multiple layers, like it's been built up for years. It's all really cool set pieces. Right now I'm only on chapter 3 and there's 5 chapters. But the last boss I fought was one of the coolest ones. I don't know the routes yet because there's multiple routes you can take in the game to get different endings. But the last route I fight was fighting the ice worm.
I heard you yelling in your room earlier.
I don't remember when I was yelling, but I probably was like, yeah.
No, it was an angry yelling. I assumed it was because you kept dying or something.
Yeah, I probably kept dying. There's some bull crap with this game when you like if you like it also comes down to like your build. What's really nice if you die, you can change up your build. Like you can like whatever parts you bought. If you haven't bought the parts, you're gonna have to restart the level and buy the parts, which is kind of a downside. So I guess make sure you come prepared with multiple weapons. But the one build I always come to is like I've got a giant tank body, tank legs. I've got 2 like Gatling guns and 2 particle that I've already described, 2 particle cannons. It just like it's carried me through some battles, and it's like this build just works. And that build kind of breaks the game, I've realized, because like the second boss, it's the third boss you fight. His name's
Emilio.
No, it's not Emilio.
Is it the?
It starts with a B.
Peter. Oh, Beater. My bad.
No.
Is it the Royal Ratbart?
No, it's
Burritos.
No, what it is, it's like a AI mech, but it's got like this giant circle around it. It just has circle missiles launching at you, and you have to deplete a shield.
Ban.
That boss is probably the hardest because you don't have access to a lot of the more powerful weapons to deplete its shield. But once I found a build on like, hey, just use this build, it's like, oh yeah, it's way easier. Like the best part about this game is like you can look up, hey, you having trouble? Just use this build for this level. And it's like, okay, rather than Dark Souls where it's like,
Get good.
use any assortment of these
That
items.
sucks.
And
That's a
good
bad
luck.
game.
I love how some hardcore fans, that's just their favorite thing to say. If you're having a hard time, they don't help. They just say get good.
Oh, I agree with
Yeah.
them. I think that is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I just think it's a bad game design.
I mean,
Well,
that's my
what I'm
opinion.
saying is it's not helpful. They're not teaching.
Yeah.
They're just saying get
Oh
good.
no, yeah.
I'm just
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
like, hey, people say, hey, get good. But it's like, okay, how do I get good? What am I doing wrong? Like, that's the best way. It's like, dodging. I have a problem with dodging because it's like hard. Because sometimes I over dodge. Sometimes I like dodge at the wrong time and then it
Under dodge.
Yeah.
He doesn't dodge enough. He doesn't. Is it distance? Your distance,
Yeah.
your distance of the dodge isn't good enough.
Yeah, something like that. And
I've never heard of under dodge.
yeah,
I came up with it.
I
I wanted it to sound like underdog.
yeah. But the build with the tank like gives you so much HP. It works so well. That's like a new build. That's like the easy mode build pretty much. But
Oh,
yeah,
I'll play the game with that build.
yeah, but I like it. Well, you don't get access to it. Well, you kind of get access to it, but you don't get until the very hard boss. They like put the hardest boss like after the end of chapter, like at the end of chapter 1. It's like, hey, you thought that helicopter boss was hard? Well, if you want to enjoy this game, you gotta get through this guy. It's like, oh gosh, I was so mad trying to beat that boss. It took me so many tries. It took me more tries than any other boss currently.
Was that the one you're like, I've been on this for 2 hours?
Yeah. There's another one where it's like, if I just went with my cheap build, I wouldn't have been so frustrated. And it's really easy if I would have done the build. But they introduce these like really standard zippy enemies with like
Zippy.
yeah, they like fly around and they just like dodge your missiles all the time.
So they were in hoodies.
No. But all I had to do was just pull out 2 Gatling. Later I realized you had to pull out 2 Gatling guns, but like when I was actually fighting that, like not only did I have to beat those guys and they would deplete my health, but then I had to go beat a ship. That if I just had that build, the ship would have also come down. But I spent way more time on that because I was dumb and didn't use the right build. But that's the thing. You can experiment with whatever build you want. Depends on how good you are. Just make sure you got the right combo to actually, be successful and make sure you're like accurate. Like the build I have, you're not really relying on accuracy. You're just relying on spamming, shooting as many bullets as fast as you can. It's fun.
This game sounds like it would be up my alley, even
Yeah.
though I don't like mech games.
You don't like mech games?
To be fair, I think I've only played like 3. I played 10 minutes of Armored Core Raven,
Last Raven.
Last Raven. Didn't have fun at all. Thought that game was just not for me. I've played Mech Assault. That was okay.
I don't count Mech Assault as a mech game personally, because it's more of just a top-down game where you just happen to be controlling a mech. It's not like you're inside of the mech and trying to like. Well, I guess Armored Core, obviously you're not in the mech either, but like you're controlling all these different aspects of the mech. Mech Assault's more of like, oh, this button shoots rockets, this button shoots guns.
Is Mech Assault the one that was on the original Xbox, or am I thinking of a different game?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
I figured that's what you were talking about. Was the original Xbox one.
Yeah. And to be fair with that one, I've only ever played like the 30-minute demo. I've never played the full game.
Then again, a lot of mech games, like, they're a majority of them are not very good because they try to do like the
Simulation.
slow and clunky simulation stuff.
Hey,
But there's a
place for that.
Yeah,
I like Mech Warrior. I'm a fan.
Yeah, but like games outside of Mech Warrior that like do not control well at all. Like most Gundam games are like considered dookie.
I remember it's probably 2013, 2014. Something like that, yeah. Mech Warrior Online was in beta, and it was like about to launch or whatever, and I was playing the beta. I was so into it, dude. It was so fun. You're like, you have your keyboard like out in front of you like this, and you get your mouse just up to the side, and like you're moving around, and you're like, trying to get like all the different like things in the mech going and stuff. It was like way too in depth, but man, it was so much fun. I was so into it.
Kind of sounds like that one Capcom game, Steel Battalion.
Yeah, the original Xbox.
Yeah,
with
where it had
the
that giant
entire
controller.
Yeah,
and you had to and all they did was just press the different buttons to start the mech.
Yep. Imagine that, but like you just have a keyboard, so you got to remember which letters go with what. Granted, it wasn't that. I don't think it was that in depth, but it was pretty dang in depth. There was definitely like more keys I was pressing and stuff. It was fun.
And the thing about that game is that the Kinect version was developed by From Software.
Oh, really?
Yeah, considered one of the worst games ever because I don't think From Software knew what they were doing with the Kinect. So it's like, we
did
just
anybody
crap this game
except
out.
for Milo.
Yeah. Oh, and the guys that did the Star Wars game.
Yeah,
that was good. That was a banger.
Really?
Yeah.
What about Dance Central?
They had the one song in Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo.
Yeah.
I'm Han Solo.
I've watched people play that game and they just go like this, and the guys swing their lightsaber like crazy.
What about Just Dance on the Kinect? I thought it worked really well on the Kinect.
Dance Central too.
I'm sure those are the only games that did very well. I remember playing the Kinect Sports or Kinect Adventure, whatever it was. Man, I felt like an idiot playing that. I was like, what's wrong with me? Am I just dumb?
What about Kinectimals? Did you have the tiger like crawl over the top of you and you like give it nice little snuggles?
I never played that.
I didn't either. I didn't have a Kinect until the Xbox One, and it was a glorified microphone for me because all I did was play Forza.
I think I've already told my story on here of how I figured out it was a microphone.
Oh, when you like people could hear what you're saying and stuff?
Yeah, there was a girl on Call of Duty and me and my buddy that he had it first. And we were talking and we were like, wow, that's a girl. And she's like, yeah, I'm a girl. And we're like, is your headset plugged in? No, it was the Kinect.
That's so funny.
She taught us that too. She's like, you must have a Kinect, right? We're like, oh.
I remember people would like troll people, name their stuff like Xbox turn off. So people.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Well, if you did it right, you could yell into your microphone, Xbox turn off. And if they were on like headphones or on speakers, their Kinect would hear them say it. And all of a sudden you see them disconnect from the lobby.
Yeah. It sounded like the video where it's like some people be like, hey, Alexa, buy 400 adult videos. And it's like, no.
A classic one is if you, in like Black Ops 1 or Modern Warfare 2, if you click start up A, that's basically saying I would like to leave the game. Confirm, yes, I'd like to leave the game. And so I would tell people, there's a cool hack you could do to get like a chopper gun or whatever. You got to do it really, really fast. Start AFA. You have to do it really, really fast. The amount of kids I got to leave games from that was way too high.
That was a golden age, man.
You'd always have to emphasize, make sure you do it really fast so they don't read what they're doing.
Did you get some very heartfelt messages?
No, I never got a message back.
That's funny.
It was really good stuff.
I still think my favorite Xbox 360 voice clip is that one where the guy's like, yeah, I'm better than you, and you're gay, pretty much. And then he plays... boom, 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 boom.
No, I think he said specifically, it's like, yeah, screw you, kid. I'll do more than I could guitar. I can do more with my guitar figures than you can in your entire life. So, yeah, you're gay.
Xbox Live was such a fun, interesting experience.
Here it is, I found it. Oh, that ain't it. That is not it. Yikers. I should have edited that. My bad. Yikes.
Yikes.
Mad because I'll be able to do something with my fucking guitar in hands that you'll never be able to achieve in your entire life, kid. So yeah, you're gay.
He plays some sour notes in there, which is what I thought.
I'll be able to do more with my guitar in hands than you'll ever do in your entire life. I love it. It says my guitar in hands.
Yeah.
I apologize for that first one. I don't know what I was doing.
We don't know who said it.
Hey,
it's true. We didn't on Xbox Live.
We didn't say it.
It wasn't us.
Whoopsies. Before we end, did you have anything else you want to say on Armored Core?
it's good. If you like
robots.
games like Sekiro or
I knew he was gonna say if you like sex,
if you
you'll love this
if you
game.
actually like Sekiro, you might like this. If you like Armored Core, you'll probably like this.
If you like Armored Core, you'll like Armored Core.
Yeah, if you like Armored Core, you'll definitely like Armored Core. If you are going in knowing the developer, you might have a good time, or you might just rage quit after the first boss.
If you like living, you'll definitely enjoy breathing.
Yeah, I'd recommend it if you do enough, but make sure you do enough research so it's the type of game you can enjoy. So far, I'm really enjoying it, and I'll probably beat it by the time this podcast comes out. So, man, that ending was great. I don't know.
So, there's a couple games that are coming out very soon. One of them will be out on Tuesday, so
can I have a guess?
It'll already be out by the time you guys see this.
Sonic Racing Transformed Xbox 360 version.
Exactly. Cole nailed it. He literally grabbed the nail and whacked it with a hammer.
Yeah.
And did it with
And he didn't.
Is it
do
a
that.
Sonic game?
No,
Is it that
Starfield.
Starfield?
Starfield comes out on Tuesday, I believe. I think it's the 28th. Are you guys gonna play it?
No.
Probably not. No.
It's-
I still want to play Baldur's Gate 3.
Skyrim is a bad video game.
It's on Game Pass, so I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah. That's a hot take you got there.
I was trying to see who was gonna call me out on that.
What's funny though, Thane, is this man just what he just said, but he also owns more copies than both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I don't think it's a bad video game by any means. I just don't like it. And I don't like Fallout. Sue me.
You could say
I
Fallout
probably
4
won't like Starfield. That's
You could
basically
say
the
Fallout
conclusion.
4 is a bad game, but everyone would be like, yeah.
I played New Vegas
Yeah.
and I didn't like it.
You're a lost cause.
I think I am.
But
And so sorry, Bethesda. I guess your games just don't sit right with my tummy. I throw
You're
them
not-
up
you're
or
not getting
take a
his
dump
money.
them out. Dude, side note, I had Costco hot dog today, and I got home and take a big dump, and I think it was just the hot dog from Costco. I could smell it
Jeez.
perfectly.
it's like you just poop it out. It's just the hot dog. It's like, I choose you up. It just reconstructs itself
can't
back
kill
in your
me.
stomach.
I like Costco hot dog. It's $1.50, and you get a drink. It's insane.
I like their pizza. Their pizza's tasty.
$2, but you don't get a drink with that one.
It's all right.
Anyway, back to gaming.
Yeah, so Starfield is one of those games where I'm not really excited for. Honestly, I could not care less
Or could
because
care.
I want Elder Scrolls 6.
not
I'm one of
care.
those guys. Huh?
I was like, is it could care less or could not? It's could not care less.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
could not care
That's
less.
the thing I heard when people say, like, do you mean couldn't care less? It's like, oh, yeah, it is. Like, everyone, because when your mind trips up, it said, I could
So
care
it's
less.
like-
It's like,
It's all like, oh, are you excited for this? Yeah, I could care less.
yeah. It's like,
You give
okay,
a thumbs up.
okay, then how do you care less?
I don't know. I don't want to care less, but I
Yeah.
could.
I could care less.
I'm excited about it, so I
See,
could care less.
And I couldn't. I'm at the end of my caring less. I'm at the end of
I'm
not
at-
caring.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're flipping it back on them then with that one.
No, that's why I say I could not
Yeah,
care less because
yeah.
I'm at the end. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
not
yeah,
care
yeah,
any more
yeah.
less than I care.
Yeah. Anyway.
Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes
Yeah.
total sense.
Cool.
We're just
Yeah.
literally
It's
dumb
kinda
conversation.
It's kind of like the Rick and Morty thing where it's like, where he says, take it for granted. And I always thought it said, yeah, take it for granted because it's like granite. Like,
Take
it's
it for
worthless.
granted.
But it's actually take it for granted. And
He's
it's
like, Morty, we gotta destroy this car battery. It's a universe, Morty.
yeah.
My battery,
Like
my
Rick.
car.
Knows the memory episode.
It's not even
Yeah.
Morty voice anymore. That's a freaking.
Like-
that's
like
Shaggy.
Scoob.
I say you did a Shaggy voice. Okay, gaming.
Yeah. So I'm not really excited for Starfield, but I do want to try it because it could be one of those games for me that I get really addicted to. The only downside is I'm in the middle of another addiction, so my brain doesn't work that way. I can't just drop one addiction for another one.
It looks way more ambitious than all their other projects. Like, oh, wow. Oh, no.
Battery exhausted.
Well, I don't know what happened.
I thought it was
but
plugged
our
in.
Guess
Guess it
camera
wasn't
died.
plugged in.
But,
I'm saluting.
oh, that's probably because the outlet. Remember when all the lights were?
Yeah, but I thought it
The
was
lights are
plugged
still
in.
on.
The lights are still on.
I don't know if the outlet. I don't know if the charge was affected.
It's probably. I think things right. I'm just sad.
That's
Thing-
my theory.
Just put some Armored Core footage up for the
I'll
gamers.
put some Armored Core, the footage I recorded of me getting my butt kicked by a boss over and over again. But anyways, Starfield looks very ambitious.
You're very well endowed.
Big wiener, or 10-gallon wiener.
The parts like the space exploration, the combat, the doing missions for people, that didn't really interest me, but the space part, that looks cool. And also the ship customization, I was like, wow, that's pretty in depth. But I don't know if it's enough to hold the game up, but it could be. But I'm just gonna wait to see what people say, like, and not critics, because I know critics, like, they loved Fallout 4, but not many people actually loved Fallout 4. But I'm gonna see what people say about Starfield. It's like, yeah, it's okay, I guess.
My prediction is it's not going to be perfect on launch. It's going to have its classic Bethesda bugs.
Yeah.
And everybody's gonna say it's okay because it's Bethesda.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to say it's okay because it's Bethesda, and it's a new IP, so they have nothing.
I don't agree with that statement, though.
I don't either.
I never agree with that statement. It's like, guys, just
make the game finish. Just finish the game, then
finish the damn game.
Anyway, I think it's going to have the classic Bethesda bugs. But I think the gameplay loop is going to be pretty fun because Bethesda is pretty good at making gameplay loops fun. So my hot take is I think this is going to be an 8 out of 10, but has the potential to be a 10 out of 10. I think this game could become something awesome. It could be like the next cult classic Skyrim, but for space. The only issue is we have a lot of other really good space games already.
Do we?
Well, No Man's Sky, I've only ever heard good things about.
Yeah, like it's only getting better after launch. Like, and then there's also
There's another one where you could just literally travel
Star
space.
Wars games. Everspace?
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's one where like there's so many planets, literally millions of planets you could travel to.
That's No Man's. That sounds like No Man's Sky.
I feel like there was another one that people played and all they did, the gameplay basically consisted of you just flying your ship to different planets.
Sounds like No Man's Sky.
Yeah, it sounds like
Maybe
No Man's
it
Sky.
is.
But they've got like all the Star Wars games. Well, TIE Fighter to be exact. And they've got. I know there's a.
I'm gonna look it up now.
Freelancer. There's games like Freelancer. There's a lot of space games if you look it up. Like,
What about those overly expensive ones?
like, what do you mean? Like the
MMO space games.
what's it called?
Like the one if your ship blows up in it, then you basically have to get a second mortgage out on your house to recover.
I know. Like they have the most like expensive ship
Is
ever.
it ever something?
No, it's
Nebulous, is that the one I'm thinking of?
I've never heard of
Fleet
that.
Command?
It was.
Oh, space.
Yeah.
The never-ending.
I know what game you're talking about. It was EVE Online. It was EVE Online.
EVE Online.
I feel like there was a video I watched of this guy talking about this dude that was flying in space for a very long time to go to one specific. I don't think it's No Man's Sky though. No Man's Sky was like you could go to different planets, but then you do things on planets, and you can like Minecraft and.
But then you can go to another planet forever away.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a hard opinion. I don't think we've had good space games. I think No Man's Sky is like not a great example just because of its rocky start.
That's true.
And like the other ones, there's EVE Online and there's another one that's similar to EVE Online that people really like. But those are
Dangerous.
just Elite Dangerous.
Yeah.
Those are just MMOs essentially though.
Yeah.
Maybe it was one of those two then that I saw a video on.
And so like I can't think of any other space games that are any like decent.
Well, if you think games that are set in space,
I don't
like
count those.
Star Fox.
Yeah, I don't really want to count those. I want to count like if I'm thinking space game, I'm thinking things like No Man's Sky.
I'm with you
where
on
you can
that.
explore different planets and actually travel to the different planets rather than just like.
There's a lot of games like that. If you look at like.
Yeah, but
Well,
I would have heard of
you
them. I
got,
think
like,
if they were good, right?
Outer Wilds is another one that came to my brain of traveling to different planets.
That's kinda, but it's
And
not
here's
quite
the
what
thing,
I'm thinking because
like-
that's like a very contained game, isn't it?
I've never
What's
played
the
it.
one that's like only like 30-minute long segments of the gameplay?
Outer Wilds.
What's the other one?
Outer Worlds.
Oh, Outer
Yeah.
Worlds.
But see, the thing
People
is,
like that
I
one.
looked
People
up,
like
the
that
Obsidian
I looked up newer space games, and it was giving me stuff like Callisto Protocol and Dead Space. So
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't
don't
count those.
Yeah, I don't count
those
those
are
either.
survival horrors.
They're just sci-fi.
They're in space, but they're like not like the concept of space. Like, and yeah, the one I've heard that people like was called Everspace, and it's just like a game where you like go from planet to planet and do like smuggling missions.
I guess with that being said,
Yeah.
though, maybe Starfield has a better chance of setting a precedent with space games.
I think it
then.
does.
Yeah. Also, I know there's a lot of good space games, like, but you just have to look them up. I know Steam has a ton of them.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like, I shouldn't have to look them up.
Yeah.
Like, if you ask what's a good RPG, Skyrim, done. You know?
Well,
I think if there was a good space game, you would know. You would know right off the top of your head. Oh,
there's
this.
the thing. Like, there's some games you don't know about. It's like, whoa, this
Sure,
looks cool.
Sure, but if they're good enough, you would know about them. If they were more top tier,
That's
this isn't like an entire genre we're talking about, Thane. It's
that's.
it's basically like, give me a good fighting game.
You ever heard of Wing Commander?
Yeah, but like,
Yeah, like
but that's not quite what I'm thinking either, though. Wing Commander, that's more of a, it's
space combat.
it's not like exploration style. I don't know. When I think of space game,
Oh,
I
you're
think
talking
No
about
Man's
space
Sky.
exploration.
Well, I think
Okay,
No
yeah.
Man's Sky fits the bill
Yeah.
perfectly. I think that's the best example of what I'm thinking of. Because, like, when you go, what's a good platform fighter game?
Smash Brothers.
Boom, done. What's a good shooter game?
Halo.
Boom,
Halo,
done.
yeah.
It's that easy, right?
Yeah.
Like, we should be able to do this with space. And I think No Man's Sky is the one that fits the bill for it. But, like,
Yeah.
it feels weird saying No Man's Sky because it wasn't good at launch, and like it took so long for it to get decent. I don't know.
Maybe
That's
well,
probably a hot take opinion for me though, for sure.
Yeah.
well, maybe what I'm learning from this though is that maybe the space genre either isn't that big or we're just so far out of it. that we
Just
don't
like
know.
space, it hasn't been explored enough yet.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Star Trek, baby.
The last one I wanted to mention too, because it comes out probably by the time we film the next podcast.
Me. Lord of the Rings, the mobile game, and you can unlock Aragorn in a sexy bikini outfit.
That one's already
Whoa.
out, and I already unlocked that. You want to see
I want to see your PNG.
Also, other games we got Spider-Man 2.
the Lies of P, the Dark Souls
Yeah.
Pinocchio?
Yeah. I didn't even finish the demo. I wasn't really into it.
There's another
Yeah.
one that either
Alan
came
Wake
out
2.
or is coming out.
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2.
I have a dilemma. Both Spider-Man 2 and Alan Wake 2 are coming out at the same time.
Have
I'm
you
like-
played Spider-Man?
Yes.
Have you played Alan Wake?
I haven't played it yet.
Okay, get Spider-Man.
Okay. I mean, but Alan Wake looks a lot shorter. It looks a lot better. I'm more interested in that. Alan Wake's like 10 hours too. It's like real quick. So I can beat it real quick before launch.
Hot take, but this new Spider-Man game is going to be Spider-Man. It's going to be more of Spider-Man.
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be
why
more
I'm
of
not
you-
very interested at all in
Yeah,
it.
it's going to be more of you swinging around.
I've already
New
roped
York.
around New York enough. I've spread my white spray everywhere.
He's got the symbiote suit now.
Yeah, I'm still gonna be roping around New York. What else is gonna be different? That's the best part about the game is roping and roping. Just spraying your rope
It's
all
true.
over.
Actually, you know what? That's actually probably why I'm more interested in Alan Wake because it's actually, it's a sequel that looks different. So maybe I'll skip out on Spider-Man and I'll play Alan Wake.
Rope.
Yeah. I like Remedy. They make good games.
Okay, what was the other game you're excited for, Sky?
Lies of P. It's the Pinocchio Dark Souls one. And
Yeah.
then there's the Super Mario Wonder. That
Every
one.
time I hear the name Lies of P, I'm 1,000,000% always gonna think of the word penis first.
Penis?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. That is some Geppetto Pinocchio stuff right there.
Those are the only two games I was looking forward to. Alan Wake.
It's
Yeah.
funny. Good job, Sky.
But anyways, what games are you looking forward to for the rest of the year?
Nothing.
What is your game of the year?
Oh,
Persona
there was-
3 Reload.
There was some DLC.
It's
Is
next
is
year.
the
I
Elden
know.
Is the Elden Ring DLC coming out this year?
They've
Oh, they haven't
announced it. There's no other information. It'll probably have a trailer at the Game Awards, probably. I don't know.
Did you guys hear rumors of the Tears of the Kingdom DLC getting brewed?
Brood? Like
Like-
made?
That's in the makes.
there probably is going to be DLC. They did for Breath of the Wild, but anyways, we'll probably wrap it up here. That's
did
it.
it.
There's Pokemon DLC.
Yeah.
When does that come out?
September.
Yeah, so there you go. That's our show. Thank you for watching. And tell us in the comments what games you're excited for this year.
Thanks
and
for
next
listening,
year.
gamers.
And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Keep
it rad all year round.
It rad.
Keep
it
rad.
there you
gaming. Bye, everybody.
go. All year round.